Hey fellas, hope you're doing well. Just thought it might be helpful as you guys start using Gmass to share a little bit of what I've learned. It's probably not the most user-friendly service, but it's something that I've certainly found helpful, and I do think that I'm getting better responses as a result of it. But I know there's a bit of a steep learning curve. So I want to show you kind of my process using it. I don't think I'm getting the full use of it yet. I think it has more features than I know how to use. So this is probably a very intro basic level. But I'll show you my process. So each man to his own when it comes to prospecting. But here I'm on my school page. And I have the people that I have prospected. So basically, you just want to copy all those bad boys. And then what you're going to want to do is, well, how I do it is I have folders with my active schools. So Amherst Steel is the one we're working on. And then I have my proposals here. So essentially, this is kind of just like a CSV file. Hopefully, you're familiar with those, even with Yesware. So these are the people who I last sent my proposals to last week for the school. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all of them and paste in my new prospects of the people that I've found. I like to keep everything organized, so today's the 14th. I'm just going to chuck that date in there. So that's step one. Do your prospecting, copy them all, and put them in like a CSV type file. Next, we're going to go back to our kind of Gmail suite. And if you have Yesware installed, you should have these three icons up here. So this first one, it says, you can see if I hover over it, it says connect to an email list in a Google Sheet. So I'm going to click that. Click the down, and you can see the one that I most recently edited was the proposals. Maybe it's the 15th today. Connect to spreadsheet. And so this is going to pull it up just like an email draft. So just waiting for it to load. So you can see I have 68 recipients in here. So that's kind of the next step. You can just get rid of that. Obviously, you probably want to attach a proposal. And this is the thing, perhaps one of the things that I really like about Gmass is it allows me to attach individual proposals to each individual email, which I think is a really cool feature. Rather than if I just wanted to send out an initial proposal via Yesware, I have to either attach it using the weird Yesware thing, which I've never liked doing, or just put a link in. So this is nice. Each individual email will have the PDF attached. Next, I don't know how you guys do your templates. Maybe you want to copy and paste them across, but I have in here my proposal, so I insert it. If you use templates in the past, you'll notice that the big difference is that it pretty much has all these fields, but it doesn't have the exclamation mark. So it just kind of goes without it. Gmass is really good if you accidentally put it in there. It'll let you know that you've made a mistake and that you should check it. But I kind of have that there. Uh, and then what you can do here. So this is my initial email. I could just send this out now, it would go, but these are where you get to set the details for the Gmass campaign. Um, so here you have your templates. I really don't like how they store templates because basically every time you send an email with Gmass, it manually throws it in here. Over time, though, it is kind of nice. It understands the rhythms of your campaigns. So if I wanted to like input this, it's going to ask me. You can see here it knows that I have an auto follow-up email in the past. Um, so if I push this, it recognizes that this is a campaign that I've sent before, and it will send automatically plug in the corresponding follow-ups that I've used in the past. But for the purpose of this, I'm not going to do that. So here are all the settings. So tracking, I always leave both of those on, but you can see you have options if you want to tinker around with that. Action, um, I want to send emails, pretty straightforward. Auto follow-up, this is the big one. So It's nice because I won't have to manually send these, but again, well, yeah, we'll get to that. So you can basically you say yes if there's no reply after 2 days, or you can change that if you'd like, starting at whatever time. I usually start more in the morning, so it doesn't really matter. Just gonna change that to AM. So starting at 10 AM, I want to send the following follow-up. So this is where you can it's gonna go to all of your templates and give you the options. So the one that I want is underneath ammo steel. So it's the quick follow-up. It does give you the option to check this, so you can check the template that you'll be sending. Here's my one, so that is the one that I want. I guess I might just pause here and say, if you're wondering, man, how can I create a template to put in here? You can either hit this little edit the selected message option, or the easiest way to kind of create a template on Gmass is just compose another email. You can like send it to yourself and say it was just that one, not, but say it was. Then what I do is I just hit Gmass. It's gonna say that sometimes. I don't know why it does this. It says that I'm leaving the subject line blank, in which case if it says that, I just usually do a space and then a backspace, and then you can see it has no issue sending it. So again, this is where it kind of it checks and says, hey, some of the things don't look right. It is right. So that's just a warning if you want to go and double check things. Um, Why am I showing you this? I'm just showing you this is a way to input a template. So now if I come back and I refresh this, that was for Brandon High School, you can see that Brandon High School is now an option. So the email I just sent is automatically been uploaded as a template. So that's how you upload templates. Again, you have to push the Gmass button when sending emails to save as templates, not the regular email. But again, that's not the one that I want. Um, so it's my quick follow-up. Just want to double check it. Okay, we're all good. So after 2 days, I usually only do one, um, and then but you can see you can do multiple emails if you want by just kind of rinsing and repeating those processes. There's kind of reasons I don't do that. I haven't figured out how to mess with the subject line of a new email. As I understand, all of the follow-ups kind of come underneath the previous email. I'm probably sure there's a way around that. Like I said, I'm still learning and I haven't figured it out or taken the time to do it. So that's the auto follow-up. Hopefully, hopefully you're tracking. This is making sense. Schedule. This is kind of where Gmass I think has its true value. Um, Obviously, you get to schedule when you want to send it. It's actually because of New Zealand time difference, I think it's like 7 o'clock at night. So I'm probably not going to send 68 emails now. I'm going to start this tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I get to choose the days, so I've only chosen the weekdays. I don't want it to send on weekends. You could tweak that if you wanted. Maybe you wanted just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But the speed is the big thing. So I've been trying to learn a little bit more about spam, and basically it sounds like the internet, I don't know who's in charge of this, does a really good job of monitoring our sending patterns. So the issue with Gmass is it might send 1,000 emails over like a 30-minute period, for example. Maybe you can't send that many, but obviously that's a red flag. It says, oh, this looks a little bit spammy. Whereas Gmass, I think the whole idea is how can it make the emails that you're sending look a little more organic? Um, so say you wanted to send this out to like 100 recipients, not 68, say hundreds of them. You could say, I want to send to a max of like 50 people per day or 100 people per day. And it's going to hit that limit. And then the following day, it'll send another 100 and then another 100 the following day, just to space out the emails to make them look more natural. And here, if you say show usage, um, it will send you a little email basically saying how many emails you have left to send today. If you're like me, you've probably been kicked out of Gmail at different points for sending too many emails. This allows you to keep track of that. And this basically is the pace of your emails. So if you want to get them out really fast, you can do 5 to 10 seconds. And that means that these 68 emails are going to be spaced every 5 to 10 seconds. So one email is going to go, and then 5 to 10 seconds later, the next email is going to go. Then 5 to 10 seconds later, the next email is going to go. I usually like to kind of set it at 1 to 5 minutes. I feel like that's a pretty realistic pace. But depending on the type of the day, the time of the day, how many recipients I have, I might do less. And then, of course, if you're sending it to fewer and you want to space them out even more, 5 to 10 minutes is an option. But 1 to 5 minutes is what I like. So I hope that makes sense. Schedule's really the big one. Um, Advanced. The one thing I like here is to verify the emails, which I think basically just helps my spam score as well. It typically does a good job of verifying the emails before it sends it. So if I have a bad email that I pulled off of Facebook and it's no longer active, I think it weeds some of those out, or it should. It hasn't been perfect for me. There's still been a few kind of mail delivery messages that come back, but by verifying those emails, I think it helps my sender reputation as well because I'm only sending to active inboxes. The multi-send, I don't think that's really relevant to us. Again, it's just another option. If you had 1,000 emails, you could split those emails between two accounts. Uh, A/B testing I haven't played around with a lot, but this would just allow you to kind of see the success of the templates that you're sending. You can play around with that and get back to me if you've figured it out. I haven't bothered with that. Same with triggers. This would kind of be if people are opening or clicking your emails. So if someone opens your email, maybe you want to have an instant response that you send them. So again, you have the templates here. You can create one for that. Same when it comes to clicks or replies. This gives you the chance to dictate based on what action occurs, opening an email, clicking an email, responding. Maybe you want to get ahead of that and send them an automatic response. So I haven't messed with that either. Um, Suppression. This is where I would use this is, say I had a company and I sent an email to two people and I wasn't sure which one would respond or who was the key contact. And let's say one of them gets back to me, the other person is technically still in the campaign. But say I want to stop reaching out to them because I've got in touch with that contact or with that company. I'd basically just copy and paste their email. So I'd copy the email, I'd paste it in here. So if it was like Zach.a.muir, it's my personal email, I just put that in there. And basically, it's going to suppress sending any emails as a part of this campaign to this email, if that makes sense. And you'd save the changes down the bottom. Um, but yeah, like I said, verifying the email is kind of the only thing that I really touch here. And that's that. So this is just on the Gmass settings down here. But really, I just kind of scroll through, make sure I'm happy with it, and then you just push Gmass. And then, of course, you come to your tracking sheet and you can update it however you want. I basically, for me, if I scroll to the top here, you can see these are the people that I reached out to last week, where they received the proposal and a follow-up one. I then go and put, and you might have even noticed here, I have a transfer, kind of another CSV. That's where I would put these people and one more GMAS campaign that sends them a follow-up 2 and a follow-up 3. It would be nice to put all of them in one big campaign, but like I said, I haven't figured out how to tweak the subject lines, which I want to do. So if you figure that out, also please let me know because it would be nice to not have to manually put them in another GMAS campaign. But again, I think it's worth it at this point because I want to have a variation of subject lines. And then if you're interested, after I send them this kind of follow-up 3, I then drag them into a standard yes where campaign where I give them the rest of my follow-ups. So that is my process. Hopefully that made some sense. Um, Let us know if you have any specific questions. There's probably things I've missed. And like I said, I'm still learning as well. So yeah, hope this helps. All the best.